is just to give a true impression of what Syria really is from, especially Italy. And that's why we really can't wait to have Bryan Adams, be here with the background of all the charity work that you've had and all the peaceful events, let's say, that you've done. We love that part of the tour will be Syria, and that's amazing. With everything that you've done, do you have any regrets? Is there anything that Bryan Adams ever regretted?
Well, the only thing I mean, no regrets, really. There's so much that I want to do. There's so much that I want to see. I just don't know that I'll ever be able to do it in my lifetime.
Okay.
And so I'm just every day trying to pack in as much as I can
and give it your all, basically.
Looking back, if I think about it, I have no regrets because I've probably achieved more than two men, in my travels, and I've seen things that I would never expected to have seen, living in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Is it something that you expected when you started being the star that you are today?
Of course not.
No.
I never even considered it.
It wasn't like a goal for you, or this is what I want to be. I want to be a superstar. No. Then we're the lucky ones. Your fans are lucky.
Well, no. It's just when you start out, you have no conception of how far you can take it. It doesn't. There's no way of possibly imagining that you'll ever leave your neighborhood. You can dream about it, but who would have thought that I would be playing in Syria?
No, you're right, and I mean, and
it's quite a long way from what I would have imagined. All I wanted to do was get out of the really bad clubs into a better club,
and and this is where you are today.
And next thing you know, I'm doing concerts around the world.
We are truly lucky as fans to have Bryan Adams in our lives for the past years that have passed with all the beautiful music that you've been playing, and you've been playing with passion, and passion is definitely equal to success, in at least in my opinion. Well, if I were to go to like Bryan Adams' favorites list, what's Bryan Adams' favorite song from your songs? What's your favorite song?
I always get asked that question, and I never have an answer for it. Because
they're all your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I like the new ones that I write because I haven't been living with them, so they're new and they're fresh and they're exciting, and so I always say the new ones are my favorite ones. Of course, I mean, I like the songs everybody else likes. I like all the songs that have become popular. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult to isolate one more than the other.
Okay. You know how most of us have like this year that we continually reminisce on, and it's like our favorite year, or it's a year to remember? For Bryan Adams, what year would that be, and why?
Well, right now, today.
Today.
I mean, yeah, I love this year. I mean, like I said, I don't think about the past. I don't dwell on the past. I only think about the future, and right now. The past is gone. It's only about the future now.
And if we were to say, let's say we're going to get a little bit personal, because sometimes fans, they like to know a little bit of the personal side. Not too personal, but since we're on the favorite list, what is your favorite food?
Well, I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
I don't know what the food's like in Syria, but I imagine it might be kind of similar to Lebanese food.
Yes.
And so it's like hummus and...
Yes, and kebab and mashawi.
And tabbouleh.
And tabbouleh.
Yeah, so I mean, I love that kind of food. That's beautiful food.
Okay. There's a quote that you said, and you said, I ate a big steak in 1988 and never felt worse. That was it. Boom. Over. Never again. What happened?
Right. Well, I think that sort of says it all, doesn't it?
Okay. Okay. We don't have to say more.
No.
Was it a bad steak?
You know what? It was enough to make me become vegetarian.
Okay. Okay. And your favorite, let's say, music, or at least what are your early music influences?
Well, I like mostly loud guitar music, and the louder the better, because that's and the heavier and the louder and the more aggressive the better. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, and plus I loved melodic, and back then there wasn't a categorization of music. They didn't have this is pop, this is rock, this is country. It was just music was music, and if you liked it, then that was fine. Mm-hmm. Over the years, music's been categorized into different sort of sects.
Yes.
And now him as a country artist, he's a heavy metal artist, he's a pop artist. And,
True.
Back when I started listening to music was just music.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I like things like Simon and Garfunkel, but I also like Black Sabbath. I liked Elton John, but I also liked Led Zeppelin. So I mean, I liked all kinds of music from the 70s and 60s.
And if we were to say stars, who's your favorite star? Whether it's an actor, singer, and if you want me to like narrow this down, if it's an actor or actress.
I don't really care.
You don't care?
I don't really have a favorite actor.
Okay. And if Bryan Adams was in his comfortable day or wearing his comfortable clothes, what would that be?
I'd be quite happy in practically my usual attire is just a pair of jeans and a shirt, and I'm quite happy like that. But I mean, I can do less.
Okay, and you like less? You like what's more simple, what's more down to earth, let's say?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. But I don't mind getting dressed up too. So depends on the occasion.
You're a musician, a songwriter, a photographer, and also I could go on. Which one of these are your favorites?
It's mostly music for me. I mean, music does take a substantial amount of my time in my life, and I also have other passions. But music's my first love. Sure.
Okay, you are an acclaimed photographer, and you've donated your fees to your namesake foundation. It funds projects supporting the elderly, victims of wars and natural disasters, and other disadvantaged individuals. You also won many prestigious awards, like the Lead Award for Photography in 2006. Do you remember what your first photograph was?
Well, probably when I got one of my first cameras, it was taking pictures on tour. So it would have been things that I was encountering. However, before that, one of my uncles used to work for Ilford, which was a camera company, and would have sent my mother a camera and film and stuff. So I have some early photographs which I took using that camera, and one of them I really like is a photograph I took of a wall, and on the wall it says, it was just someone had spray painted something on the wall, and this would have been back in the early 70s.
Wow.
And it says, if you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose.
Oh wow, that's a nice one. I like. I know we've spent much time on the phone. I've just got two more things, and we're going to set you free, although you don't know how fortunate I feel today that I could have this interview with you. It's going to be historical for me. The thing is, what I wanted to know is, I usually ask all the artists this and all the stars, and I've asked this to also Enrique and Julio, and that is, if you were put on an island for a year, okay? This is not real, okay? If you were put on an island for a year and you were allowed to take only 5 things or people, what would they be, or who would they be? It's virtual.
I have no idea. I mean, if I was stuck on an island?
Yeah, and they told you, you're stuck on an island for a whole year, and they told you we can only send you 5 things or people, or what do you want us to send you until we get you out of there after a year?
Well,
it's a beautiful island.
Send a few friends that can help me, get everything organized, because I can't do it all myself.
Okay. And
send 5 friends.
5 good friends. Can I come along?
Sure you can. Send 5 friends so we can all have a nice time and figure out what we're going to do, because I don't want to do it by myself.
And you've definitely got lots of support during your lifetime. If there was one person, I'm sure you have plenty of people you want to thank. Is there one particular person that kind of stuck with you?
In my whole life?
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots. That's for sure.
Well, for sure, it's my family, it's my parents.
Okay, so
that's not one, that's 2.
That's 2. Yeah, well, God bless them and you. And what would you say to all your fans in Syria and to Al-Madina-FM listeners?
Well, how excited I am to be coming to Syria. I mean, I've never been. I only know what I know in the news. I only know what I know from my school, and I have look forward to finding it and discovering it for myself.
Well, from Syria and from all your fans, we all would like to tell you that you are loved. We are fortunate to have you here. We can't wait, and our expectations are definitely high. And I
promise not to let you down.
You won't. We know that. And we're not going to let you down. You're going to find plenty of people cheering your name, Bryan Adams. Thank you so much. And good luck.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.